Hello everybody. Figured I would document this. I gotta check and see how much cable that I have left, because I don't have a very long cable on that truck. The last thing I want to do is break something when I'm messing with my junk. It's bad enough when you break something messing with somebody else's. Yeah, that's as far out as that needs to go. It's going to be a hard pull, and it's probably going to drag the truck backwards. And I'm about to move the earth. Time to strain a winch, people. Something just broke. Better rip the bumper off. What do you think? Yep, I ripped the bumper off. You see how this is going to go. Here in a second, after I finally get this to start moving, I'll show you more. All right. This time, I hooked it in a control arm. I'm gonna leave you in so you can see this shit, and I'm getting under the truck. Moving the truck. Oh yeah, this is heavy. FYI, that winch never pulls that hard. Never pulls that hard. Look how it's, the vines are pulling the car apart. Shit, fire. I've not pulled sheds and logs and stuff that hard. It's like the cars grow to the ground. I wish I could show you this better, but I can't come up with any better angle, and I wouldn't end up losing my camera. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. Oh, she's going up on a cinder block now. Look at the back of the car on how it just pulled everything out of it. That is a, that was a gas tank once. Trunk lid's around here somewhere. That door is off my dad's car. He's replaced the door off of this one. Used this door on his car. Look how the weeds folded that down. Grabbed a hold of it and just pulled it. I mean, hell, look, the inner fender's still good. Oh, usable and good's two different things, but it's still there. That's the main point. Now, I'm going to move the truck further forward, unhook and rehook, move the truck further forward, and pull this car on up between basically where the back of the truck is. So I'll be back in a second. All right. It's like I'm moving a garden. There's so much leaves and vines, and so it's a mobile briar patch. what it's up on. So I'm trying to move it near there because the grass is already dead. It's just coming in sideways. Hope you guys are enjoying this. It's only slightly more aggravating to film something like this because you're having to move around and everything. But I figure since I'm really only going to move this car once that it needed to be on film. Let's see if we can run over that lawnmower. It's coming right at me. Now I hope you enjoyed this. About right there. I'm unhooking that. All right. You know, it pulled that hard. I mean, look, it bent the frame. I'm gonna go move that truck, and then I'm gonna come back up here. And me and you are gonna take the stuff out of the trunk and see what I actually have left here. All right, so apparently I've been stuck in that truck pretty much everywhere, but I got stuck going downhill backwards. Now, how the hell's that even happen? But anywhere it sat for more than 2 minutes, it sunk in and just got stuck there. But it took me half an hour to get the truck unstuck. Hooked up to the front of this car, and that Bonanza hooked to both of them, was dragging both of them, and finally the rollback started coming out of its hole. But I said I was going to make a attempt at showing you this. There's a door I mentioned. Might need that quarter glass, you know, that vent glass. Here's some kind of that's been a sign. I need to come up here with a machete, apparently. Good set of drums. Can't tell if those are front or back. There's a pair of them though. Sickle bar blade, bent all to hell. It's a cast 396 crank, I believe. Numbers, where are the numbers? Water pump pulley. Is that a original floor mat? She's gotten a little worse, fellas. I have no damn idea. Tire chain. Tire chain. Chevrolet hubcap. Second Chevrolet hubcap. It's gotten a little worse, but to be expected. Last time I looked at this was 5 years ago. Got a eye scraper, wood handled. That's collectible there. Got a plastic handle of a wiffle ball bat. Anybody remember Tropicana? I do. Piece of a fence post. Yet another water pump pulley with a mouse nest under it. Really, that's sad. GM floor mat. Or trunk mat, possibly. Well, I needed a door handle. Probably stuck. We got a fan. Another air cleaner. Here's a 1-quart oil filter. Service Champ. I still buy a Champ. Probably reuse that, you know. Brake shoes. Another brake shoe. Now I know what that is. Why's that even in? Oh, look at that. A little far gone to use. The whole car is moving. You know, even though it is rusty, there's a lot more usable metal here than you would think. I need to come up here with a machete and cut all that shit loose. Well, this video is going to end up being a pretty long video, so here in a second I'm going to end it. That may look bad, and it is bad. I mean, it's rusted out, but you have to keep in mind for the last 30 years this car's been outside with no trunk lid, no quarter on that side. So yeah, it's rusty, but I didn't have the area between the wheel wells for my car. I didn't have the wheel wells. I didn't have any of that. Trunk pans, if I did have to buy a trunk pan, it's the cheapest thing I can get, and more than likely I would just cut out the rest and patch that with flat sheet metal and not worry about it, because I'm not going to put a gas tank back under the car. I don't have to have functioning braces. My gas tank's going to be in the trunk. But if you look at the wheel well lips, I mean this side anyway, that wheel well is really good. That's got a little more rust than I wanted, but I mean there's other ones here that's probably not been rusted out like that one. That one's rusty because the car didn't have this quarter. This car's story around 1972. Dad bought this car as a parts car for a blue Chevelle that he had. He needed a quarter, he needed a quarter and some doors and stuff like that for his car. So they got up here and took a torch, and you can tell that's a torch cut. Took a torch and cut the quarter off on this side and the tail panel for his car. It was wrecked in the front back then. But one thing I wanted to show you is the now this car's been sitting on the ground for almost 50 years, okay? Yeah, the quarters are bad. The rockers are good. I need this much of the rocker, and I need part of the frame. And it depends on what this looks like after I cut it. I want to cut this car up pretty good. But if this part of this frame isn't that bad, you know, my frame has a little bit of rust. If this frame's fixable, I'm going to cut further ahead on this car and just weld this frame to my car's frame. Use this car's inner fenders. I mean, yeah, there's some rust here. But I can patch stuff like that. This is in good shape on this car. So I can patch, you know, I can replace the bottom of the trunk floor. I can replace the gas tank straps if I wanted to. I can straighten this back out. It's still got the rear seat panel, all that stuff. There's enough here that I can patch for this car. You know, I can patch, there's enough stuff here that I can patch up enough, of to fix my yellow car and not have to buy everything new. If it came down to it, I'd get the cheap trunk patch. You know, this the part that goes in the middle. If it came down to it, I'd get the part to replace the middle of that trunk floor. But the back of it, where it goes up against the tail panel, is here. Up to the point, it's further on this car than it is on my car. So there's enough here that I can patch in all this stuff into my car. And I don't care about, you know, multiple weld seams on something. I don't care about something having a lot of weld here and there. I don't care about that. The point of this is to make mine a cheap car. I mean, I doubt that it's any good. This car still has the heater box. It still has the ignition key in the ignition. It still has, I mean, I don't know if it's any good or not. I see a few holes in it. But the seat pan's still in the car, even if it's rusty. I mean, as long as there is enough stuff in this car to patch the middle of it and use the majority of it on mine, then this is a successful venture. It's a successful idea. Because when it comes down to it, I still have 3 more that I can cut metal out of. I know the trunk floor is completely gone in that blue car, and I know if it wasn't gone, it's crushed in the yellow car, but the red car down there still has some. So there's enough metal here in these cars to patch mine together and have to get minimal metal. And I would prefer just to take old hoods and stuff and make my own trunk patches. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is the cheap 67 Chevelle video number 2. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll go ahead and say this: if you think what I'm doing now is redneck, you haven't seen anything yet. So if you'd like seeing that kind of fixing things instead of buying things, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.